Oh, yeah, good old silver. All right, guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So,
Oh, yeah, good old silver.
here on this channel, we try to teach preparedness. We try to teach outdoor survival as much as possible. Also, in our preparedness group, we try to teach putting silver and gold back. Now, before you go out and buy a whole bunch of silver and gold, please make sure you have food and supplies to sustain your life way before you get into precious metals. We're at the position where we can. In other words, we've been working hard, getting food put back, medical equipment, all these things in place before we started investing in gold and silver. So first things first, food, water filtration, down those lines before you get into this. Now, I went to my local coin bullion dealer. That's who I usually deal with unless I'm ordering specialty items online. I use my affiliates there at Money and Metal Exchange or SD Bullion. I buy from all over the place. Sometimes I buy from like JM Bullion, which we're going to cover here in this for price comparison. When I went yesterday, spot price was $24.33. Today should be a pop-up there for your spot price, $23.88. I've had people comment, yeah, you lost value in your silver, man. We do not buy gold and silver to get rich. It's a transference of wealth. When the dollar devalues, and it is every day, every time they add inflation, your dollar is devaluing. This does not devalue. That's spot price. Spot price doesn't mean jack. Not to preparedness. So we're going to go and cover some of these things. First thing up is a PAMP 1 gram bar. This is gold. This is a little 1 gram bar gold. I paid almost $80 this time. I picked these things up before at $90, at $78. I try to get my gold at my local dealer. The reason being is the premiums. Now this is expensive premium for 1 gram still, but it's a lot cheaper than if I went online and bought it. Case in point, this right here, $80 on the door at my local dealer. Should be a pop-up here for you. Paying with card is $103.91 plus tax. I'm in Florida. There is no tax when I make my purchases. Okay? Yeah. So, 80 bucks versus $103.91. Good deal. Next up, we have the Valcambi Breakaway Bars. This is 100 grams of silver. That's a little over 3 ounces of silver. Premiums on this is extremely high. I was buying at $28 an ounce yesterday at my local dealer. That's how much they were charging for the premiums, which is fine by me because the premiums that I was paying online, through the roof. Okay, that's why I go to my local dealer as much as possible, but sometimes he doesn't have things. He's been keeping a lot of these in because he knows I go buy fractional from him all the time. He lets me know when these things come in. So this is the Valcambi 100 ounce bar. I paid $164 for this on the door. I know, it's only a little over 3 ounces of silver. Well, let's take a look at how much it is online. $280.56. Yeah, big difference in the price. And this is why I use my bullion dealer. He doesn't try to rip me off, and he'll let me know, dude, you want to stay away from that right now. Premiums to the roof. We had to pay extra premium on that. He always lets me know. So that is another bartering item we are putting back. It's a transference of wealth. We have the availability to have purchasing power when the dollar devalues. All right. Moving on. I picked up another 1 ounce Canadian maple leaf. This is a silver 1 ounce coin. Now, this one here is a 1998 one, and I've seen different prices for these older years. I just got it because I only paid 28 bucks for it. That's it. Going rate currently is $32.07. That's current right now. It was more than that yesterday, but $32.07 is the going rate plus tax, mind you, if you buy online. Florida, again, no taxes, $28 on the door. So there are things you can do to save you some money while you're putting real money back. We also have, I picked up 2 more ounces. These are some type of generic. He did not know who minted this. I got 2 of these. They are Liberties 3.9 fine silver, 1 ounce. These here, I don't know who the maker is. They look brand new. I told him I just want some generics, and he hooked me up with 2 of them. Very nice pieces. I don't know what the going rate is on that online. It's probably the same as a standard generic round, $8 more than what I paid. Again, $28 a pop is what I paid for that on the door. And lastly, this is a JM Bullion. This is why I'm pulling prices from JM Bullion. I don't use them very often because of their prices. This is a 10-ounce silver bar. Yeah, it's got some weight to it. I paid $280 on the door, all right, for 10 ounces. $28 an ounce is what they charge me. If I went to JM Bullion today, it would be $316.87 plus tax. Yesterday, when I paid 28 bucks, it was going to cost me $320 plus tax if I bought online. $40 difference. So when you're purchasing large amounts like this, 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there, 40 bucks here, makes a huge difference when you're purchasing this stuff. Now, with this, there's been plenty of arguments. You cannot eat gold or silver. I'm not going to argue with you on that. So I say have food put back. Gold and silver has always held value. Our whole economy was built off this. This was what backed our dollar. Actually, more gold than anything. Precious metals is what backed our dollar. Unfortunately, our dollar is devaluing every time they go up the inflation rate. You know, your fiat dollar bill. Yeah, that's a promissory note. All right. Having actual physical metals is money. And I'm not going to say in the bank. Please don't put the stuff in the bank. When they lock down banks, you're not going to get your stuff out. I've done videos on hiding your gold and silver. You can get a big old safe. I got a lot of friends that have huge safes, big old thick safes. Hey, go with that if you need to. But don't put the stuff in a safety deposit box, in my opinion, because if they lock it down, which we've seen them do, you're not getting your stuff out. All right. Owning gold and silver means you are physically holding on to it. You own it. It's on your property. It's in your safe. You own it. Nobody else does. Because I've seen a lot of these online bullion dealers. They have an option for you. You can purchase it and they'll hold it for you. A lot of good that does you if something major happens and you can't make contact with them. Right? I mean, I think that's the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. You can purchase and we'll hold it. No. No, that ain't gonna happen. I want this in my hand, in my safe, in my hidey spots, whatever. I'm not letting somebody else hold my gold and silver. That's just stupid. Oh, good times. Yeah, I need to wash my coffee cup. Sorry about that, guys. I'm notoriously bad about that. Adds to the flavor. So, guys, I want to encourage you, put money back. We actually have a special guest that's going to be coming on the channel here in a few weeks. We're going to be talking about preparedness, especially for economic collapse, the devaluation of the dollar. I consider them an expert in the field. They've done multiple videos on their channel talking about what happened in Venezuela with the hyperinflation. Now, I've been looking into this a lot. My biggest concern with the devaluation of the dollar and hyperinflation here in America is the BRICS. These other countries, mainly Russia, China, the 2 largest ones, but multiple countries are pulling together to make a different world currency to get away from the US dollar. They're backing it up with precious metals and commodities. If this takes hold, and I believe it will, the dollar in America would devalue. Now, when it comes to hyperinflation, how is that going to happen here? If the U.S. loses its place in the world trade as the go-to dollar, and countries start sending back our fiat currency because they don't want it anymore, we will be flooded with so much cash. It will hyperinflate every dollar bill. All your savings accounts, your 401ks, all this stuff is just destroyed. How do you take down a country without firing a shot? Destroy their economy. Gold and silver has always held value worldwide. This is always accepted. Now, I've seen the comments, I would not trade you a can of food for all the silver and gold you have. I'm not trading with you. Commerce still runs. Just because the dollar collapsed does not mean it's the end of the world. It happened to Venezuela. They still ran an actual country. Everything was hyperinflated. People resorted to gold and silver to pay for haircuts, meals, rent, all this stuff, because they're walking around with large trash bags of their money, of their dollars, trying to pay, because hyperinflation. In other words, a cup of coffee costs you $1.25. Well, during hyperinflation, a cup of coffee was going to cost you $92 or $100 because it wasn't worth anything. That's why they jacked it up so much. So this is why we do precious metals. Should you keep cash on hand? In my opinion, yes. We've done many videos on showing that. Keeping multiple denominations so that you can move around, especially if a grid down scenario happens. Yes. Eventually, that dollar will not be accepted. People are going to be resulting to this. But in an economic collapse, this will be accepted. Dollar bills will still be accepted. Just the value of it won't be squat. All right. This here holds value no matter where you go. I could take this coin right now. I can go to Africa. I could go to China. I could go to Japan. And I could still get the spot price of the time for this. Doesn't matter where I go. The reason being is because it's recognized world round as being worth. All right. So anyway, guys, definitely appreciate you hanging out with me. Please keep on prepping. Again, precious metals, that should be the last thing on your stockpiles. It should be the last thing you're prepping. Get food, get water filtration, get coffee. If you don't have coffee, get coffee. I might be stopping by. All right. You can survive without coffee. You won't be able to survive me without coffee. So, with that being said, get these other things first. Then, yes, precious metals. Start putting it back. Even if this does not happen in our lifetime, in my opinion, it is. This here is an investment for your future, for your family's future. This has always held wealth. To think that the economy is going to last forever, you need to take a look at the history books. Fiat currency has never lasted. And we're seeing ours very shaky. All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.